Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you had a wonderful evening. I hope you had a great night's rest. I hope you did not go to bed stressed and worried. I hope you were able to rest easy. And if you didn't have a good night, I hope today is a better day. I hope good news rings your ears on today. Today, I hope it will be a great day for you. By the way, I'm Shantae Charles, and you're watching Thrive with Shantae. I teach women how to break free from the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck by teaching them how to make money independently of their jobs and master money management. But in the mornings, we like to get our day started with inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. So let's get right into today's topic. Excuse me. Get up and go get it. Listen, nobody is coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save you. I was watching a video maybe about a week or so ago, and it was of this young lady. She was having a meltdown. She was having a complete meltdown, talking about how little she gets paid, the job, and so forth and so on. And boy, how I could relate, because once upon a time I was underpaid, overworked, and definitely unappreciated. That was my story. But I had to figure out that no one was coming to save me. Frankly, no one that could change the situation cared. They didn't care. They did not care. My employer did not care. The government, they did not care. And the quicker I found out, as soon as I figured out, that no one was going to come and save me, rescue me from my financial woes, life completely changed for the better once I figured that out. That, hey, I better do something. My husband had gotten laid off from his job, and I was making $12 an hour. And $12 an hour and taking care of a family and with two kids, that simply was not going to cut it. That wasn't going to get it, boo. We were on food stamps, Medicaid, government assistance. And I was fed up because my husband would get a job, then get laid off again, get a job, get laid off again. But it was due to no fault of his own. Oil production was down. We live here in North Dakota where our economy runs on oil. And at that point in time, oil production was down. But I had to make a decision. I had to choose to make a bold move to step out on faith, take my $12 skill, and start a business. Now, did I know that my $12 skill was going to turn into a six-figure business with 15 employees? No, I didn't. I didn't know that when I started my business, but I knew I had to do something. I had to make a bold move. I had to step out on faith. And as the phenomenal breakthrough strategist Lakeisha Dixon Jones says, I got mad. I made a decision. I made a decision to start my own business, to start my own non-medical in-home care agency, because I realized that no one was coming to save me and my family. I realized that instead of complaining about not having enough, singing the woe is me story, that I could do something about it, that I was in complete control of changing my financial destiny, changing the financial trajectory of my family. I had complete control over that. And after I started my business, I really realized, hey, I could have did this a long time ago. I could have changed everything a long time ago. Because with my husband making good money, and if I had started this business a long time ago, hey, both of us are making good money. And that could have made life even easier. Because we were in debt. Currently, we don't have any consumer debt. We got out of debt when we decided to buy a home. We made the decision to get out of consumer debt before we purchased our home. But we were in debt before that because we didn't know any other way. And I was not utilizing the skills that I had to the best of my ability. Yes, I was using the skills to get a paycheck, but God has so much more for me. He wanted to give me more, but I wasn't using the power that He had already given me to get wealth. I was sitting on my power. I was complaining about my job, about being overworked, being underpaid, being unappreciated. I was that woe is me. But did I change? No. No, I didn't. Not until I was forced to make a change, to make a move when my husband lost his job for about maybe the second or third time. And I was fed up. As the old folks say, I was fit to be tied. And I just didn't want to live in that situation anymore. So I made the decision, but I should have did it a long time ago, long before I did. I don't beat myself up about it because you live and you learn. But that's just the cold, hard truth. I had to realize that no one was coming to save me and my family, that I had to rescue myself. And I grew up in the church. My family started going to church when I was about 13 years old. And a lot of times I heard people preaching name it and claim it. And God wants to bless you. He wants to give you more. But I never, and they may have, and I just may not have been paying attention because I was a child. But I never heard anyone telling anybody about you got to put in the work. To get what God has for you, you have to do some work. That it's not just going to fall out of the sky. Now, yes, some blessings, they do just come. But the majority of the time, you got to put in the work. You got to do some work for it. I remember I got a check for $25,000. I did not know I was entitled to the check. The check was the payment, I should say, the money was entitled. I was entitled to the money for years. It was due to a life insurance policy. My biological father had passed away, and I was the beneficiary on a life insurance policy, and I did not know about it. Now, he had been deceased for many, many years, and I did not know that the policy was out there. Now, I did get some money from his estate or what have you. It was nowhere near $25,000, the first money I got. But years later, I got this letter in the mail, and they were saying, oh, you have unclaimed money and what have you. And I thought it was a scam. In fact, the letter came to an apartment that I no longer lived in, but my niece took over the apartment when I moved out. So when the letter came, she called me and she's like, you got this letter? And I told her to open it. She was explaining, reading what it said. And I was like, child, put that letter in the trash. That's a scam. Put it in the trash. So they sent about 3 letters. After the 3rd letter, I really took the time. I went and picked up the letter. I really took the time to really read the letter. And when they told me all I needed to do was get some documents notarized, they didn't need my social security number or anything, I said, okay, I could do that. Now, I don't know why I was worried about them people getting my social security number, because at the time, my credit was shot to shingles Y'all, I couldn't get nothing on credit because my credit was terrible. Thank God that's not the case now, but my credit was bad. I probably couldn't get a 5 cent piece of gum on credit at that point. So I don't know why I was worried about them getting my social security number. Because if someone scammed my social security number and went to apply for something, they're gonna say, let me get that back. She can have that back. We got the wrong we got the wrong one. Give that garbage back. Give that garbage back. But when I got that money, I could use the money. Don't get me wrong, I could use the money, but it wasn't in a period in time in my life where I absolutely needed the money. Anytime that I needed money, I never got money like that. God never gave me money. Money never mysteriously came to me like that. And I'm not saying that it can't happen, but I'm just saying for me, whenever I needed money, I had to use the skills that God had already given me. I had to put my hands to the plow. I had to get to work. I had to get to work. Money did not just come to me. Whenever I needed money, I had to use the power that God had already given me to get the money that I needed. So I want to encourage you to get up and go get what's yours. There used to be a song back in the day by Mary, go get your blessing. Get up and go get your blessing. Stop sitting on the sideline. Stop being mad that you don't get paid enough. No, it's not right that you don't get paid enough, that you're getting overworked, you're getting underpaid, you got to people put up with people's foolishness. It absolutely is not right. But complaining about it is not going to change a thing. It's not going to change a thing. Get up and go get your blessing. Get up and go get what God intended for you to have. Excuse me. Start your own business. Now, it doesn't have to be something so grand. You don't have to necessarily want to start a non-medical in-home care agency. That's not for everybody. Every business isn't for everybody. And depending on what state you are living in, it can cost you some money to get started in that business. Here in North Dakota, it's not that expensive, but that may not be for you. But you have something. You have some skill. You have some talent. You are anointed to do something that will generate you some money, that will generate you a substantial amount of money. God has anointed you to do something. He has blessed you to do something that will help you get out of the paycheck to paycheck living, that will help you break free of financial bondage. So what are you waiting on? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Stop worrying about if things go wrong, if this don't go right. Forget all of that. Everything isn't going to go right. But focus on what's the best that can happen. What is the best that can happen when this business makes a profit, when things start going well, when I make some money? What's the best that can happen? What's the best that can happen? Make a bold move. Step out on faith. Make a bold move. And listen, you don't want to get stuck. You don't want to be one of those people that get laid off or you get fired. We're in that season right now where people are getting laid off left and right. Thousands of people every day are getting laid off in the private sector and in the federal government. It used to be you get a county job, state job, or a job with the federal government because there was job security. There is no such thing as job security. Those days have long gone. There is no such thing as job security. You better secure your own future by starting your own business where you have complete and total control of how much money you make. Now, I'm not saying to quit your job. If you have a job, don't quit your job. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is you need more than one source of income, because you can have a job today, going to work tomorrow, and be told you got 15 minutes to collect your stuff and get up out this building. It is happening. Don't let that be you. That if you lose your job, you're up at night, tossing and turning, pacing the floor, wondering how you're going to pay your bills. Don't do that. Learn from me. Learn from what I did wrong. Make a bold move, step out on faith, and start your own business. Listen, I am hosting a free Monetize Your Genius 6-day challenge. It is starting on March the 10th. It will be live. It is going to help you discover what unique gifts and talents you already have that you can monetize. It is going to the challenge is going to walk you through step by step on what to do, on how to monetize what you already know, do, and love. Click the link down in the description box to join my email list so you'll be notified of the time and the place. I want to see you there. Now, this is virtual. So you can attend from anywhere you may be. I want to see you there. I want to help you go to the next level. I want to help you monetize your genius. Click the link in the description box to join my email list. Until next time, be blessed, have a prosperous future, and see you at the challenge. Make sure to hit like, hit subscribe if you're on YouTube, and watch the next video.